And who is ready to be destructive with me? Let's destroy some stuff. I have no idea, like, what technical title this video would be under, whether it would be a First Impression Friday or a Pinter test. I don't know. But forever and ever and ever and ever, I have wanted to depot things and create my own palettes. Literally, at least 2 years ago, a awesome Swamp family member posted a link to this Etsy store and I lost it and I was heartbroken for a really long time. But basically this Etsy store, which I just so happened to rediscover like a week or so ago, called Book of Shadows, they create really adorable palettes that are often like spooky. I mean, they have a lot of different themes, but they definitely have some very cute Halloween ones. And basically what these are Z palettes. They are basically like a custom palette that you can create, and like you can create your own palette by depotting other products and collecting them all. This is like a magnetic tray and it magnetically closes, and instead of having like 8,000 different blush containers or 8,000 different eyeshadow palettes, you can depot the product inside of here and consolidate and kind of like design your own palette. How many times have I said that? These are such amazing quality and I purchased them myself, so this is not like a sponsored review kind of thing, but I was honestly horrified that these were gonna come in and be like super homemade looking artsy craftsy kind of glue everywhere. But these palettes literally look like they come from some kind of store or mass manufacturer, and I wish my whole life could be like deluxe and spoopy and just like slap cute little skeletons on everything, and it's drastically improved in my book. So I bought 3 of the empty palettes from Book of Shadows. The first one, which is probably my favorite one, are these silly skulls and crossbones, and these are only $15 a piece, if you can even believe that. So I think they're actually cheaper than a Z palette, and they seem to be sturdier because unlike Z palettes, and I think MAC makes customizable palettes like this, but they have like a see-through kind of plastic window, which is cool because you can see what products are in each palette, but it's also not cool because I feel like if you travel with them, which is kind of the purpose of customizing your own palette, in my opinion, it doesn't really make any sense because it looks like you could just poke your finger through the plastic on the front and just like crush everything. These are much sturdier. So I got this one and I got this one, which is like a green spider web and spider wallpaper, and that is like cute minuscule black and white polka dots. And then I got this one because it made me think of the Haunted Mansion, and it's like mirrors, candelabras, and chandeliers, and this one is solid black on the inside. Today we are gonna try and depot a variety of products, and this is supposed to be a super easy process. You need a hair straightener, flat iron, and you also need a waxed paper, and you need some kind of diggy spatula tool. My friend Kat was just in town and we went to this really cool antique-y kind of store called Texas Art Asylum, which is a local thing here in Houston, and they sell so many old and creepy things, one of them being an old dental tool. So I think this is like an old like dentist scraper. Isn't that disgusting? But I boiled it for like 20 minutes and then I disinfected it with alcohol. But I'm seeing things like this be sold kind of as a depotting tool online, and this was literally $2. So I saved some money. And then I have like a pin or a pack of pins and some little round circles to label the products I'm depotting. The only thing that I was not prepared to do is, in case any of these metals are not automatically magnetic, I will need some magnety type tape. So we shall see if I messed up or not. So the very first thing I'm gonna try and depot is one of my favorite blushes from Tarte, and this is in the shade Flush. And I love to use this when I'm trying to be like a ghost or a vampire or something. Some of these companies make depotting super simple, Tarte being one of them. I kind of did a lot of research, and supposedly if you peel the label off of the back of most Tarte products, there's already kind of a hole in the back of here. So I think that these will require no heat. There's like a little hole right there. You see that? Like if you were gonna reset a watch. And hopefully I will be able to take a pin, this like fortune telling pin, and just lightly poke in the back. And you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm gonna lightly poke in the back. Lightly poke. Okay, not as easy as I had hoped. We might have to bust out the wax paper. So basically what you're supposed to do if products do not easily pop out like they should, you take a piece of wax paper, which I can't get the wax paper to cooperate either. Life is so difficult. You take a piece of wax paper and you set it onto the flat iron like so, and for like 30 something seconds, ew, am I melting this onto my curling iron? Gosh, I hope not. You put that like that, and then you rest the product on top of the hair straightener, like so, for like 30 seconds. All right, I feel like we're cooking something that we shouldn't be cooking. This is very peculiar. I melted the wax paper. Okay, ooh. Don't do what I just did. I kind of ended up melting the actual container, which is probably not something you're supposed to do. So we are just destroying things. Maybe if I take like a bobby pin. Oh, I have one in my hair. Let me just destroy my hair for the sake of science. All right, I'm gonna bend this out of shape and use it as a stabby tool. Stabby tool. Oh, yay! Wow, all right. Stabby tool, very efficient. So as you can see, I totally depotted this puppy with 0% damage. So here is my old container, which takes up a lot of space, and here is my actual product. Voila! So now what I will test out is if this pot, this container, is already magnetic, and wow, it is. So now I have this blush in this palette, and I could either, you know, pop the mirror out maybe, or just chunk it in the trash, which is probably what I'm gonna do, because one of my New Year's resolutions is to make my life like less cluttered, like especially in the makeup department. Next thing that I'm gonna try and do, hopefully I get to use my little fancy spatula, is to try and depot my favorite concealer, which is the Boing Concealer by Benefit. You're supposed to use this to kind of pry open the plasticky parts. If you are young or prone to injury, please consult an adult. I am young and prone to I am prone to energy, but I'm just gonna do it all by my lonesome and hope for the best. So it looks like, and this will not show up on camera, but it looks like there is a tiny ridge going on right here, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get under. And I was using this one because, as you can see, I've almost hit pan. Well, I have hit pan all in the middle, so I thought if I like stabbed really badly, that I wouldn't really be losing much. After 5 minutes of agonizing stabbing and nearly lacerating my finger, I'm gonna have to say that this one is a total fail. All I did was kind of like stab at the groovy parts that helped me close this thing. Do you see now? I can't close it, so I just really just made no. I'm admitting defeat. The next thing that I'm gonna try and do is perhaps psychotic and disturbing. I'm gonna try and depot a little bit of my Naked 3 palette, because I Googled and Googled and Googled and Googled, and I didn't find anyone crazy enough, or anyone just wanting. I don't know, I found a lot for the Naked 1, but none for the Naked 2 or 3, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I've always said I do not like these tin feeling eyeshadow container palettes. They drive me crazy. They just don't feel sturdy. I feel like if I drop this, it's just gonna like all up in my face. So I'm thinking that I can take this sinister little tool and see there's like this little groove right here. And I'm thinking, can you see the groove? The groove? I'm thinking if I stab in the groove, in the plasticky groove, stabbing in the groove, stabbing in the groove. Oh, look at this. Stabbing the grooves was not affected, but stabbing, it's very late at night and I have to be at the news station so early in the morning, but I'm nervous and I can't sleep, so I decided to stab some eyeshadows instead. So I stabbed the side and now I'm like completely under all of the shadows, it seems now. Oh, look, it like separates at the back. Are you seeing this? I'm gonna try and close the top for extra security and just pop this puppy right on out the back like so. Ew, there's a lot of adhesive under here. I promise I'll show you all the gooey parts once I separate the two. Come on now, work with me. I just don't like you, I'm sorry. Ew, look at its guts. Maybe this is why no one does this, because you get this like thick, chunky, marshmallowy, foamy residue, and it is not appealing looking at all. All right, I took the stabby thing and I cleaned off most of this hoo-ha. So now comes the moment of truth, in which I will place this palette upon my hair straightener in small sections. And look, I'm gonna wrap it up like a sweet little baby or a casserole and go like that. Ooh, danger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And once again, 20 seconds is still too much because I melted this big time. So I'm gonna try and it looks like I melted it mostly like here. You can't see anything of what I'm doing right now, but I'm gonna very gently try and just poke at the back. This is agonizing. I really wish you could see it right now. Let me see if I can position you so that you can view the agony. Let's see. Better view of the agony? Ooh! We kind of, that's kind of a good shot right there. Can you see what I'm doing right now? Maybe stabbing. Nope, but still didn't break any. Maybe if I like try and like twist, you know, like the old ice cube trays. I'm gonna try a very dangerous method of like stabbing from the side, and this is so horrifying. Just 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Ooh, not as hard as, all it takes is like a little bit of agility. Ooh, but there's all this goo on the back. I wished I would have gotten some Gooby Gone. I've also heard that you can use that, but here is an unbroken eyeshadow, and this was the second one, so this is Dust. Wow, I don't remember an eyeshadow being called Dust. That's a really boring name. Also kind of depressing, like the Dust Bowl, you know, like starving and wagons and all kinds of stuff like that. Urban Decay palette eyeshadows quite apparently also automatically stick in these magnetic tins without putting any adhesive magnetic tape on the back. So the last thing that I'm gonna try and depot is one of these giant e.l.f. makeup palettes that I bought at Halloween, and honestly, I'm mostly looking forward to depotting things like this because frankly, there's only like 1 to 2 eyeshadows out of here that I really would use or really want to use. And I got these on Halloween clearance, so I literally only paid like $1 for them. So I don't really feel too bad about only like selecting certain shadows that I'm interested in and like donating or chunking the rest. So this looks like the most difficult to me because it's got this super thick, like spongy thing that houses all these products. I'll probably use these lashes too, why not? First, I'm trying to destroy this kind of like spongy book container thing, and then we'll kind of see if the shadows are somehow trapped or glued. This just, I hope this isn't giving anyone, oh my goodness! Just like broke one of the colors. All right, you gotta be much more careful than what I was just doing. Thankfully, it looks like I only broke this black one, which is not really a color that I was that into anyway. I really just obliterated this one. It looks like I just crushed 3 of the shadows. I'm really just trying to save this red one right here. This is what I want in life. I've got like sweaty phalanges. This is a stressful situation. All right. Poking. It's so sad you can't see anything. Ew! What do we have here? It just came out like this with just a little bit of light stabbing. So now I have the shadow, but it's gonna be pretty hard, I think, to separate it from this. Never mind. Here we have the delicious red eyeshadow that I was so concerned about. Let's find out if it automatically sticks. And it does not. Whamp whamp. So e.l.f. shadows do not automatically magnetize, or at least the ones in these larger kind of book-like containers do not seem to have whatever metal required. Science, help me out. Somebody with science knowledge. What kind of metal does it take to do this? Definitely I am mostly looking forward to depotting my naked palettes, of which I have 2, and they are really clunkerific. I'm also kind of looking forward to splitting up some of my other palettes because honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I have like favorite colors in particular palettes, and I wish I could kind of just open and get my favorite stuff conveniently all in my own palette that I create for myself. Comment down below and let me know what you think of this. If you would like kind of like some more up close, in-depth removal or depotting, maybe I can do like depotting diaries. Or if you guys would like another video in which I show you kind of like a completed one of these and show you guys like my favorite products that I ended up putting in one of my very own palettes, just like this video or comment down below. Thank you guys so much for being here today and for spending some time with me and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp Family, and give an alligator its wings. Also, if you want, you can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/graveyardgirl, or you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram at graveyardgirl, same way it's spelled here. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye!